And the second free throw, good. And with the qualities, Chris, you describe about Marcus Morris, that's why he's viewed as a valuable role player on this team.
Well, Kev, you have to love him. He can eat up minutes on the floor and not necessarily need to be involved to leave his mark on the game. You don't have to call a lot of plays for this guy. He can fit into any lineup and play multiple positions, which helps too.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Now here's Prez. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
When the D is lazy around Prez, he makes them pay. Just a strong drive, giving the defense no chance to block him.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Pistons lead by 14. Now on his relationship with teammate Justice Young.
To be honest with you, man, our friendship didn't start off great. But I think what brought us together was our work ethic. I mean, we're both hardcore gym rats, man. We love the game. And that's a deep bond that you can't really teach, you know? You either have it or you don't. And I know we both have it.
How important is it, guys, to find common ground with your teammates, away from the game, off the court?
Well, I think all the best teams have a level of camaraderie in the locker room. It's all about making the effort. You don't have to be best friends with your teammates by any means, but it helps when you have something in common like Prez and Young have.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And Stephen Clark, Pistons pretty much in control here.
The roof is up right now, guys. It's raining in here. A lot of threes through the first.
Yeah, and starting off with a nice rhythm. Then it snowballed. They're looking kind of invincible right now.
J.J. Redick is out there with Maurice Spates. Then it's Chris Paul. Then it's Jordan. Then it's Felton in a two-guard. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, as we know, Chris Paul is such a student of the game. He really is a coach on the floor, but he can be hard on his teammates. Austin Rivers said he's the one that's going to put you in your place. He's going to tell you the truth. He's going to yell at you. All the good point guards have to be the bad guy sometime. He's a leader, man. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. He certainly backs it up on the floor. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Clippers. Morris, no good on the free throw. Well, the Clippers have had this Chris Paul and Blake Griffin core for a while now. It has certainly proven to be an exciting pairing. They haven't made the deep playoff run that they had hoped they would do.
Yeah, and although fans might want more, you have to remember where this franchise was before Griffin and Paul. They still have a few years to take this team even further. Unfortunately, they have been up against a stacked Western Conference. And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Paul dishes to Crawford.
Spates!
Back to Paul. Here's Spates. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Harris kicks to Drummond. Fires the three. Another three for Detroit.
You have got to make some kind of a defensive adjustment here. He is just lighting them up from beyond.
His three-point shot has just been lethal today, and there is no end in sight to this barrage.
And here is Paul. After Tobias Harris getting his shot to go from deep. Just 5 to shoot. They grab their own miss. Paul, no one around him. Crawford passes to Jordan, and stolen by Drummond. Here's Harris. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Crawford. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Nope, not that time. Nothing for two from the field. Now the casual fan, sometimes sitting further away from the court, doesn't always hear all the talking that's going on between the players, among the players. Chris, on the floor, how important is that communication between teammates, among players on the same team on the floor?
Great question, Kevin. I mean, it's tremendously important. You know, let's just think about some plays. Over 60% of the plays in games are pick and roll plays. So when you think about that, the big man has to communicate to the guard, or he's going to get his head knocked off on every type screen. Also, the big fellas in the back of the defense, they're the ones that can see the floor and everything on the floor that's going on. So it's very important that they communicate from the back. Also, guards communicating the play calling, whether offensively or defensively. So communication is very important, and yeah, it's a lot of fun if you're a fan. If you can ever get a ticket down close, you know, hey, you'll hear some funny stuff out there.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Griffin's checked in for Spates. Pierce comes in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Austin Rivers in for J.J. Redick. And so Paul nails both of them. A lot of great young talent, Chris, coming in the game. Who could be the face of the league in a few years, do you think?
Well, I really like Towns and Wiggins. I really like this Minnesota team. I think their team can become a fan favorite as we see the game go on. Also, Kyrie Irving. How about Kyrie Irving? Just won a championship. How about Davis, Anthony Davis? I just think we have some great young talent. Excited to see what the future holds.
So fun.
Total breakdown on defense there, but fortunately, he missed that one.
We've got 1:23 left to play here in the half. And here is Prez. The three-pointer off the mark. Pierce for three. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Smith dishes to Johnson. Here's Prez. Again, the Pistons score. Well, many know about the tragedy that Prez has had to battle through the loss of his father. But he did have a great mentor in his life with his high school coach, Washington Falls.
Yeah, and when you talk to Prez about Coach Falls, he will just gush about how much he owes to him for helping him through his youth. He says he is the force in his life that keeps him grounded.
For Los Angeles, they have been solid at the line so far, 4 for 4.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
And he can't get the first one. Well, one thing with DeAndre Jordan, you love how imposing a presence he is on the defensive end. His size and ability to leap are a big anchor to any defense.
A great point, and not only a flashy defender, but a solid one as well. Wasn't always like this, though, guys. Took some encouragement from coaches to get him to commit to becoming a defensive juggernaut, and every player now hears his footsteps when they're attacking the rim.
True. Here's Prez, following the basket by Blake Griffin. Prez kicks to Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Man, it looks like the defense is just giving up.
Here is Felton. Outside Griffin. No one near him. And that one comes up a bit short.
You can bet if he's left open from there again, he's probably going to knock that one down.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. It's Detroit delivering the blowout. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Stan Van Gundy. Coach, a very good first half for you guys. How do you assess the game so far?
I thought our energy was good.
All right, gentlemen, hustle up. That was a great first half. Hey, this is what happens when we play our brand of basketball. They cannot stop us. Just do what you've been doing, and it's smooth sailing. Let's go. Come on.
That's a great look at the glistening Staples Center on a typical bright, sunny day here in Southern California. Welcome back to Los Angeles. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at Tobias Harris. He has really been playing well.
And the threes, they just dropped for him consistently. He was in a zone in that first half.
Well, they showed that he can get on the roll from out there in the right circumstances. Credit his coach for respecting the streak. I mean, just continuing to call his number.
Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Spates checked in for Jordan. Redick comes in for Paul Pierce. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Rivers in for Paul. On the floor for Detroit, Prez in at the 4 spot. Levens is out there with Young. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Marjanovic in at the 5 spot. Here's Felton following the bucket by the Pistons. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
Now, you knew when you heard that Stan Van Gundy was coming to Detroit that they would be built around protecting their basket. This team has continued to focus on tough defense to win games. They have the talent and the effort to continue to improve.
First free throw is good. And if you aren't playing defense on this Piston team, then you will not see the court. It's just that plain and that simple.
Well, you're exactly right. It's a saying that says the bench is a coach's best friend. What better incentive than to sit that guy on the bench for being lazy on defense? And good team defense starts at the top down. Coach Van Gundy has been preaching it, and the leaders on the team have brought it in. They do a great job of rebounding to close out possessions. Pistons also contest every shot they can get to, even on the perimeter.
Now, here is Morris. Here's Prez. Again, the Pistons score. You look back at what every all-time great has in common, and the common link, the common theme, is their great work ethic. Prez has taken great strides to mimic the work of those that came before him.
And you can always find Prez in the gym, trying to improve his game. I mean, he knows what it takes to get to the highest level, and kudos to him for keeping his nose to the grindstone.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Horrendous defense right there. Does the defense know who they're leaving wide open? You can't do that with him.
Now here's Prez. He's got 6. Marjanovic. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here.
Hit. Shooting 1.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
76% from the line a season ago.
Johnson, he's checked in for Detroit. And the free throw, no good.
Now, when you watch this Detroit team play, you can't help but think about perhaps one of the most legendary teams ever to play in the NBA, the Bad Boys Pistons. The amazing team that would deliver back-to-back titles to my city of Detroit. One of the toughest teams ever in any sport.
Here's Prez. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
One shot.
One issue that always seems to catch up with rookies is the wear and tear of travel and the NBA season. And Prez is no exception to that.
Yeah, I mean, the late-night flights, sleeping in a strange hotel, all these things add up when you're on the road, and it can sap the energy from a young player who isn't used to it.
And Prez recently doing something every NBA player dreams of as a kid, signing a shoe deal. You figured it was only a matter of time.
And from what I've heard, there are some pretty generous checks coming his way as the company believes he could end up being the face of the basketball division in no time.
Now here's Rivers. Just 5 on the clock. Fires at the elbow. Spades missing again.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Now Prez. He's got 8. Johnson in the corner. Smith outside. Banked in off the glass. Smith's got 6.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
They have come out of the locker room with a real fire and desire to get more high-quality looks at the basket.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Pistons ahead, running away with this one. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Let's hear what Doc Rivers has going on over in his huddle.
We can't do it on our own. You got to play together. You got to share together. All right? It's simple basketball.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Here's Smith. Chris, you're a Detroit product. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. The feed to Griffin. And stolen by Levens. Young outside. The pass to Prez. Well, the salary cap's skyrocketing this season and next season as well with all the new TV money. Chris, it's sure a good time to be a free agent, isn't it?
Oh, man.